Hello and welcome to today's show. I am your host, Dynamic Daphne, and I'm extremely excited about the show that is about to take place. And today's topic will be, it's time to trust. And yes, I mean trust you. All right? So relax, get some water and just sit in a comfortable position as we enter into this dialogue. I want to start off with a common heading or title or a word, if you may, and that word is instinct. Some choose to call it inner voice. And my question to you, have you been trusting your instinct? I know for me, my instinct is my guide. It's my life map. It keeps me on track. Yes, I set goals. Yes, I design vision boards and all of that. However, my instinct is my main tool to design all of those things. And I am sure you are probably the same thing, but instead of you trusting and depending on your instinct, you get scared, you get frightened, you get worried. And what do, you always run to somebody else to discuss what your instinct tells you to do. I am here to tell you from personal experience, when you begin to trust your instinct, your entire world will be changed. Because your instinct is your authentic core, your instinct is your uniqueness, and your instinct will tell you things that nobody else knows. It's only God knows. So, rest assured, you can wipe your brow, wipe the sweat off and said, I am going to begin to trust my instinct. And especially if you're someone who has been struggling with accomplishing goals, getting to your desired plateau in life, it's happening because you are trusting others over your instinct. So I want you to say after me, as of today, I will begin to trust my instinct. So I want you to say that 3 times. As of today, I will begin to trust my instinct. One more time. As of today, I will begin to trust my instinct. And the second part of the statement I want for you to affirm is, no matter what is happening around me, I will continue to trust my instinct. Once you trust your instinct, you don't need to worry. You don't need to be fearful about anything, because you know everything will work out for the greater good, because your instinct is guided by the universe. And the universe is always so faithful and generous. So for all of you who over the years have been saying, man, if only I had listened to that little voice inside of me, now you have my permission to start to listen to that voice. Because I tell you, for my entire life, I have been trusting my instinct. Now I am totally relying on my instinct. At one stage of my life, I was like you. I was doubtful about my instinct, and I always turned to others to justify or allow me or give me permission to do. However, as I continue on my personal development journey, I came to the realization how I was holding myself back by not trusting my instincts. So, the next area I want us to look at is belief. The instinct gives you an instruction. You now need to believe in the instruction that you got, and also in yourself and in your ability to deliver what it says. A lot of times, I'm here to tell you, you might not know how it's going to happen, but it's okay. The how is really none of your business. Your responsibility is just to follow suit of the directive that you are given, and to make sure that you follow through on that instruction without any doubt. You just need to make the decision to take action and believe and said, listen, I can do it. I know that God has my back. The universe has my back. And I'm not alone in this. So there's no need for me to worry about it. I believe in myself. So in order for you to believe in yourself, sometimes you are at a stage of your life where you have gone through many adversities. Hello, you are not alone. I've been there, done that. I'm still alive to share my story. So it doesn't matter what you have gone through in life, you can still believe in yourself. You take those experiences and you learn from them so you can grow from them and go in the direction that you want to go into. You can continue to believe in yourself so long as you do not compare yourself with others. The only comparison I want for you to adapt and to practice is the comparison of your past performances. Because when you pay attention to your instinct, when you believe in yourself, when you understand that you're authentic and unique, you cannot compare with others. You only compare with your past performance, because you are in this by yourself. There is no other you, unless, of course, you were clowned. So if you were clowned, then you know there's another one by yourself. All right? And I don't hear where they have been cloning humans yet. So it's still just you by yourself. So forget, about what's going on around you and what other people are telling you. Just keep looking in the mirror at the person that is looking back at you and said, I believe in you. I know what the chatter inside my head is saying, but I want you to overpower the chatter in your heart over the one that's in your head, and overpower what's in your head with what your instinct is telling you. All right? In order for you to continue to believe in yourself and to continue to concentrate and accept what your instinct is telling you, you need to practice some quiet times. Some people start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. You start designing it for yourself. I know for adults, it's challenging for them to keep quiet and steady for a while. So I want to remind you, just do what you are capable of doing. If you can only do 15 minutes, do 15 minutes. If you can only do 10, do 10 until you step it up and you can do some more time. All right? The next part I want you to think about is your your focus. Everything we do in life, we must keep focus. You must be all in. Give it your all. Give it your best at all times. And I know sometimes we live in a world where it is so fast-paced and so much is going on around us. And sometimes we get off track on what we are doing, and we start to fall into the trap of what somebody else is doing. But as I simply say all the time, stay in your race. Easy does it. Easy does it. And you're going to keep your eye only on the bullseye of the end. It's like you have a red light in front of you, and you just keep your eyes on that, and you know that's where you're going. You probably hear people calling your name on the sideline, not to cheer you on, but to distract you. And even if you hear somebody say to you, you can do it, you simply show them, yes, you believe, but you don't take your eye off of the prize. And your prize is to make it to the end. I know sometimes when you're when you're working on and becoming focused and keeping focus, a lot of things that has happened in your life over many years start to surface. Oh, when you were a teenager, you did this. When you was in a relationship, you did this. And the noise continues, and it goes on and on and on and on. And sometimes it is so loud, and I know for some people, it brings tears to their eyes. It brings shame to them. So a lot of times it evokes a lot of emotion that they had buried, and they no longer want to face that and to deal with that. And if that comes up for you, I want you to just acknowledge it, that it's there, and at the same time you tell it, you have no more power over me. I have dealt with you on such and such a date. And that's why I love journaling, because those things you can always put in your journal, and you can speak to that thing and let it know when you dealt with it, and let it know you have no more control over me right now. I am working on such and such a goal. My vision is this. This is my mission. You will not derail me. You will not turn me around, because God have my back. I am not on this race alone. I have company. And I know once you build the courage up, you start to believe in yourself, and you pay 100% attention on your instinct, nothing is going to be able to turn you around. If you cannot trust yourself, you have a problem. I know that a lot of people tend to trust other people over themselves. They trust other people's opinion of them. They trust other people's advice that other people would give them. Yet they themselves will not sit down and decide, well, this is the decision I want to make today. So it's never too late for you to make a modification in your life. It is honestly and truly never too late. Your best day for the rest of your life is the day when you decide, I am making the decision to take action to change my life. All right? Once you decide that you're going to be keeping focus on the end result that you are looking for, I mentioned already that sometimes evoke emotions, and sometimes those people who are closest to us are the ones that they are doing everything they can to derail you or to get you off that track. And there are times when I have to be unapologetic, just tell people it's none of their business. I know what I'm doing. I'm on my journey, and whether you support me or not, it really doesn't matter, because I got my insight and my instruction from somebody who is more powerful than you are. So you got to stand up for the things that you believe in, but more so, you got to stand up for the life you want for you and for the lifestyle that you want for you. Because once you begin to accomplish things, then everybody's going to be in your corner. And they're going to be saying, oh, I always know you could do it, Daphne. And you know they were the ones that were whispering and gossiping about you. But however, you got to come to a stage in your life where all the gossip and all those things like running off your back like water. You know, when you grease your skin and pour some water on it and it just run off. And that's what you have to do for yourself. All right? You have to know that if it is to be, it's up to me. No matter what's happening around me, no family member, no spouse, no siblings, nobody can prevent you but you. All right? The next thing I want to talk about, as we talk about it's time to trust, we want to talk about self-power. And that's a big one. You know, just like our body was designed to heal itself, our bodies were designed for us to be successful in life. We can create the success or successes that we deserve in life. But before that will happen, all the things I spoke about before, the instinct, the belief, the focus, has to be intact. And then you can collaborate all of that with the self-power. The power for discipline, the power for belief, the power for determination, the power for control, the power for self-understanding, the power for self-realization, and the power of resilience. All of those comes into play once you want to take full control of self-power. And it's not self-power in a negative way, but self-power in the sense that you know, like you know your name, that goal that you're working on or that job that you know you want to get is nothing that will stop you. So you implement that power of self-control, the power of decision making. I know that I want this and I am going to get it. It does not matter how long it takes me to get that, but I am going to be able to get that. And you're going to be so happy with yourself. You are going to be so excited with yourself to know that. Look on how much I have accomplished since I begin to pay attention to me. And not in a selfish, egoistic way, but you are paying attention to your power, to your instinct, and to the courage that you have in knowing that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You know? The next thing I want us to talk about right here as we talk about it's time to trust is faith versus fear. You know, there's a lot of people out there who every day they would say, oh my God, I can't do that because nobody else has ever done it. It's okay. It's all right for you to be the first person. Everything in life was done by somebody first. So hey, if you got to be the first person, hooray for you. Don't be fearful that because you have never done it, you will not be good at it. Don't be fearful that because you didn't go to high school, you cannot accomplish anything. Don't be fearful that you don't have a college degree, you cannot do anything. That is not true. I know that this is a whole nother show for another time, but if we should take time now to go into naming a lot of the successful people in America who did not graduate high school or who did not go to college, oh, you would be saying, oh my God, I forgot that, I forgot that. What's the difference between you and I and those people? It's simple. They listen to their instinct, they put into practice. They believe in themselves and they take action. They had the faith to know that no matter how many adversities hit their doorsteps, they can overcome those adversities and they can excel and become successful. Now, I know majority of the people have computers now. You can go in there and how many successful young millionaires. I know there are many people on the internet right now. They are young kids who started businesses in their college dorms and they end up leaving college before they graduate and end up hiring their parents who were in dead-end jobs to work with them and for them. And I know that each and every one of us can look at kids and say, they are relentless. These kids are fearless. They are going out there and they are making things happen. Yet we have adults who are so afraid to bake a cake and give a slice to somebody and said, taste this. You got to step out from behind your fear and take chances on your life. It's time to trust you. It's time to take risk. You cannot continue living your life in the safe zone, or else you will die and leave here and your music will not be played. The building that you should have architect will not be built. The house you should have built as a carpenter would still be there, not built because you were too fearful. So I want you to take a pad and paper, and I want you to do a self-assessment about the things that you have been fearful, too fearful for. And list those things. And I want for you to speak to those things to let them know you no longer have control over me. I am not fearful of you. Today is my day to make a new change in my life. I was born for greatness, and you are not going to tell me otherwise. And you stand up and you speak that, just like sometimes when you're sick and you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you antibiotic and he say take it every 6 hours, every 3 hours, every 4 hours, whatever. And it's the same thing when you are working on yourself. You need to speak to these obstacles that are in your life, just like you're taking the medication for the infection. It's the same way you have to speak life into those negativities that is trying to drag you down. Because I'm here to tell you, once you pay attention to all these areas in your life, you will be a success. You yourself, you're going to be so in awe that, oh my God, I can't believe that I have accomplished these things. So just to go over the areas that we spoke about in this segment, we spoke about instinct and how to take full advantage of the instinct and pay attention and to trust it. We spoke about belief in ourselves and in the things that we are looking to accomplish. We spoke about focus and what it means to stay focused, stay in the lane and concentrate on what it is we are looking to manifest. We spoke about self-power and using that in a positive way and not a negative way. And last but not least, we spoke about fear versus faith versus fear. And you know, a lot of times you believe and you have faith, you don't know why, and you don't need to know why. You just need to know that it is going to be all right. Because for me, you know, a lady, one of my clients, she was saying to me the other day, you know something, I admire a lot about you, but the one thing that is consistent with you, I've never heard you complain. It doesn't matter what you are going through. You always say, it's going to be all right. I don't have to worry. It is going to be all right. And it's true. It's going to be all right. And you know the reason I can say that? It's because I believe and I know, like I know my name, that I am not on this journey alone. God has my back. He's not going to let me down, and neither is he going to let you down. You know, you need to give him permission to be your companion, to be your friend. And you need to lay the things at his feet. You know, take quiet time, pray. Take quiet time, meditate. Take quiet time and do nothing other than just sit and be in the moment and listen to what your instinct is telling you. You have the power to turn your life around. It is your responsibility to design and create the result that you need. You have the power. You have a couple months leaving this year. I think this is probably going to be here in the fall. So it is never too late. Take advantage of the time that you have now and make sure you have a story to tell somebody else. We all have stories, but make sure that your story is a positive story. Make sure your story is one that incites and ignites the energy in somebody else. And for those of you who are parents, know that your children are watching you. So I want for you to be the example for them to trust, and to be the example to tell them that they can trust their instinct and to know that it will be all right. So again, as always, I thank you for joining us, and I look forward for your continued support.